All right, today we're going to look at how to find slope of a line. Given 2 points, can you find the slope? Well, we've worked with slopes so many times this year. I'm hoping this will be so easy for you. But let's go ahead and look at example 1 because I'm going to give you some problems on the homework. And it's going to be very much like your numbers 1 through 12, where I give you 2 sets of ordered pairs, and you need to find the slope of those lines. And you can graph, or just using this, remember our slope is the change in y over that change in x. Change in y over the change of x. And remember, we also said, one other thing I'm going to put on here for you, is that it is the rise over the, what was the other word? Run. You have to rise before you run. So we're going to look at that change in y. So we're going to go ahead and look at those 2 y values. And I actually put them on there for you. I highlighted them nice and orange. And we're going to find the change. Remember, change means to subtract. If you're giving a person at the grocery store a $5 bill and you only owed $3, how much change will she give you? You would tell me $2 because you subtract those. Change is subtracting. So let's go ahead and find that rise, that change in y. So we're going to go ahead and subtract our 2 y values. So I'm going to go ahead and take my second one, and I'm going to subtract my first one. Now, since I started with this first, and then I subtracted this one as my second value, you have to make sure when you go ahead and do the run for find the change in x, you keep it in the same order. You're going to use that one as your first value, 3 minus, and then you're going to use this as the second value. And I'm going to go ahead and put that as a 2. Again, it doesn't matter the one you start with as long as the order is the same for your rise and for your run. So let's go ahead and take a look at our answer. 6 minus 5, 1. 3 minus 2, 1. And now reduce and solve. Well, 1 over 1 gives me the whole number 1. Remember, I don't want mixed numbers. I can have whole numbers or improper fractions as long as they're reduced. So this slope would be 1, meaning my rise is 1, my run is 1, so it'd be 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So that is my slope. So let's go ahead and try this again, doing it with B. Again, we're going to look at our rise over our run, and our rise is our change in y over the run, our change in x. So let's go ahead and find that slope. Again, our slope is, and again, it's going to be a ratio, the change in y. So let's go ahead and look at our y's. And again, doesn't matter which one. In fact, I'm going to decide, I'm going to make this one the first value. I'm going to take that one as the second. And like I said, it doesn't matter as long as you keep the order the same for your denominator. So I'm going to do 4 minus 6, the change in those y's, over the change in the x. And again, keeping it in the same order. I'm going to make that one my first value. I'm going to make this one my second. And do -2 minus 6. Now, let's go ahead and find that change. Well, my numerator is going to be -2 over -2 minus 6 is -8. And let's reduce. Well, first of all, negative divided by negative gives me a positive. And if I go ahead and divide both of those by 2 to reduce it, that gives me a positive 1 over 4. So my slope for that is positive 1 over 4. Again, rise, up 1, 4 over 4 to the right. Up 1 over 4, up 1 over 4. That is my slope. So again, the big thing to remember is slope is that change in y, or your rise, over your change in x, your run. Now, if I just stepped it up one level here, and I asked you to find the slope, but this time I gave you the points, and more than one, in a table form or on a graph. Well, if I give you in the table form, you can go ahead and graph it. In fact, that's what I'm asking you to do first. Graph those points. So remember, my x value is always over here on the left, and my y value is over here on my right. So let's go ahead and graph those points. Remember, it's just your direction, so you always start at the origin. So if my x is 0, my y is 2, that means don't go left, don't go right, stay in the middle, and just go up 2 and put your point. Now the next one is 2, -2, so again, start at the origin. Your x always tells you left or right, so this says 2, +2, so that's right 2. And then the second one tells you go up or down. It's -2, so that's saying go down 2 and put your point. The third set we have is -2, 6. So again, start at the origin. -2 means go left 2. +6 means go up 6. So you're going to go ahead and go up 6 and put your point. And our last one there is 4, -6. Again, start at the origin. +4 means go right 4. And then go down 6 since it's a -6. So 2, 4, 6, and put your point. Now that I have those points, I can go ahead and put my line through them. I'm not the best line drawer, but I will try. Get a nice straight line there. And put my arrowheads. And that right there is my linear graph. It's not proportional, doesn't go through the origin, but it definitely is linear. But notice that line is going down from left to right. We always read things from left to right. So when it's going from left to right and that line's going down, that already tells me I know for a fact my slope has to be a negative because it's going down. If it was going up left to right, well, that would be positive. But this one is definitely going down. Now, let's find the slope of that line. So if I have it on a graph now, all I have to do is pick, right, it says right here, any 2 points on the line. It doesn't matter which 2 points you pick. We're going to go ahead and pick 2 points. So I'm just going to pick the 2 middle ones. I'm going to pick this one and I'm going to pick this one. Those are the 2 points I'm going to pick. Now it tells me to find the rise. Remember, we want to find the rise over the run. So if I'm going to find the rise, remember the rise is your up and down. And again, we go from left to right. So this is the one on the left. This is the one on the right. So if I want to get from point 1 to point 2, and I have to go, again, rise up and down, do you think I would go up to get there? No way. I'm going to go down. And when you go down, down is what? Positive or negative? Exactly, it's negative. So let's see how many lines we have to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would you agree? We have to go down 4. So that's a -4. I had to go down 4 places. So my rise is -4. Now we're going to look for the run. And when I look for the run, it's telling you, again, left to right when I run. So if I went down 4, now will I go left or right? Exactly. I'm going to go right. And when I go right, that's positive. So when I go right, how many places did I have to go right? 2. So my run is +2. Now, to find that slope, the rise of the run, we're going to reduce. Notice a negative over a positive is a negative, and we already said we knew it was going to be negative because the line's going down from left to right. And now can I reduce it? What goes into both? 2. So if I divide top and bottom by 2, I should get 2 over 1. So I can leave it that way if I wanted to, or I can write again. Slope, write it as a whole number or a fraction. So I can say it is -2. It could be either one. When you leave it as -2 over 1, you're just showing what the rise and run is by itself. So it could be either one of those. So that's how I would find the slope from a table or from a graph. If you have any questions, make sure that you do go ahead and write them down, and we will cover that in class. But that's a great introduction to finding the slope of a line given 2 points or looking at it on a graph. We'll see you soon.